Honestly, it's always nice getting a package from the boys over at Horizon Motorsports. They sent this over for the G80 today. So we're gonna be installing this and I'll show you guys what it is. So if you were able to guess from the shape of it, you probably guessed right, but we got a set of carbon fiber side skirts for the G80 here, and I think this is gonna look amazing on the car. A few weeks ago, I actually installed a set of side skirts. I fell in love with how it looked on the car, so I'm really excited to have these on my own. And one thing I will notice compared to the side skirts that I installed a few weeks ago is that this one is an entire like full piece. By that I mean the other one, there was no bottom piece to that one, so it was just kind of the top end and the bottom didn't look as good. Actually a lot higher quality than the one I had. But this thing should be a very easy install. So this one should match up just like this. This should be a very easy install that anyone can do at home. And we're just gonna go ahead, throw some 3M tape on here. We got some self-tappers and we're gonna go ahead and bolt this thing into place. Now, before you do anything else, I am gonna clean up the bottom side of the stock skirt. Just make sure we don't have any issues with the tape sticking how it's supposed to. And as you can see, this is exactly why we cleaned it. So now that you have the prep work mostly situated, you should be able to just go ahead, slap some 3M tape on here and then start the install process. Now, what I'm thinking is I'm just gonna do one long strip across the entire thing, stop right about here and right here, and then make sure we're peeling up the edges on both sides, just so if it ripped from one side, we can still get to it from the other one. And just to call out, we did clean up this surface as well with some rubbing alcohol, so make sure you're doing that as well. But now we should be able to just toss this tape on. Now I don't want to bring it too close to the outer edge because I don't want it peeking through. So I'm going to put it right above these holes, one big strip across the entire length of the side skirt. And it looks like they kind of gave me the perfect amount in each roll. So we're going to cut that right there. And if you guys haven't already noticed, this is kind of one of those mods that anyone can do at home in a few hours and make a pretty big difference in how their vehicle looks. So I'm excited for this one. This is, again, gonna take max an hour or so. So yeah, if you're thinking about buying one of these, you guys can grab them from Horizon Motorsports. I'll leave the link down in the description below. So now that we've got the tape installed, I'm gonna go ahead and peel the backing paper off about a few inches on both sides. So let's see, maybe like that much. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, just so the tape can kind of hold the side skirt in place. And then we can start screwing everything together and get final placement. So now that we got that situated, we can just line this up, get a rough idea of where it needs to sit. So for me, it looks like it needs to go right about there. So that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and start pressing that in place. And you guys can already see we're pretty much done. So now we just kind of pull this back. I maybe pressed a little too hard against this part. And come on out. And now we just got screwed in. Now, in most cases, it is gonna be really difficult to get a drill underneath this unless you're raising up the car pretty high. And from what I'm guessing, a lot of you guys are like me where you guys don't have a lift or anything like that. So if that is the case, this is gonna be your best bet in installing this without having to lift the car up super high. I have a 1/4 bit on there with a little Phillips attachment, and this way I can just kind of get under here, and I don't really need a lot of real estate to go ahead and get these plastic screws in. So we're just gonna start bolting these down. I'm gonna start with one on this side, finalize placement on the edges, and then we'll do a few across the actual center. It's that easy. I'm telling you, using one of these right angle ratchets is the secret, because that took all of 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, that took like 3 minutes, and we have a perfectly secure side skirt in place. And the most beautiful thing is it matches up with the carbon on the fender perfectly. But as you can tell, that's kind of how it looks. But Now we got to do the exact same thing on the other side, because this side doesn't look as aggressive as this side now. And this is why we do it from both sides. Oh, what I just did is exactly what you don't want to happen. So don't press too close to the edge of the tape strip that you left to pull. Otherwise that happens and then you can't actually pull it. So let's see if we didn't do it on this side. So looks like this side's good. So now we know front fits, the rear fits. Now we'll just do a little press in the center, then along the rest of it, and should be good to go. Just like that. It's really that easy to get these things installed. So when you have a good high quality part, you're not going to really run into any issues. So now I'm just going to go ahead, self tap all of these down into place, and this side skirt should be more than secured. Honestly, that was a little too easy to do, but yeah, we got it done. So now let's just pick up our mess and get this thing off the ramp so you guys can see how it looks on the car. And just like that, we are done. This took all of 45 minutes for me to do, and that was with me recording. So as long as you have some ramps or a jack, you should be able to do this on your driveway at home by yourself within an hour. Now, in terms of fitment, the fitment is perfect on the front edge as well as the rear edge, and it honestly adds a good amount of dimension to the side of the car. It also makes it look a lot lower. So now it kind of looks closer to the ground. And I do want to paint my stock side skirt piece green to match the body, and then have that carbon piece at the bottom. And I think that will look beautiful, kind of like how we did with our fender. Now we have our front lip from Horizon Motorsports, and then that kind of leads into our side skirt from Horizon. And eventually we are going to do these rear spats and the rear diffuser to finish up the carbon aero kit on this car. Yeah, this is kind of how the final look is. Very happy with it. Plus the wheels are clean right now, the car's clean right now, so it kind of looks really good together. And as mentioned, if you want to get this done on your car, I'll leave the link down in the description below, and you guys can even use my code to get a discount for yourself, save yourself some money. Hopefully this install video was helpful, and if you've been on the fence about buying these, this is your sign to go ahead and do it. And it just makes the car look a little bit more aggressive, which I love. Subtle but aggressive. But with that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.